I go anywhere, anywhere with you, 'cause you fill my mind, or you fill my mind. We could build a dream, start up something new. Let the old be dead, let the shadows leave my head. And the world is on your shoulders and you feel like falling over. Just come a little closer. I'll be there for you, I'll be there for you. 'Cause when we are together, I know you feel the tension. Just let me in your head so I can be there for you, there for you.
Tonight, from Metlife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
The snow sure has made the travel difficult all throughout the 5 boroughs and into New Jersey, but we are ready for football nonetheless at Metlife Stadium in East Rutherford. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Anders Carlson has his teed up, ready to get started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 and the 36. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to pass. Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Tua going to throw. Short throw to Smith. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, Achane. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. And New York set to take the field. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now Rodgers, he gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Tyrell Dodson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Anders Carlson now for the point after. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Second and 5. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And the defense closes quickly there. And he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Now HN on 1st and 10. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got Smith here. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe the Dolphin got going a little early. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Tua now on first down. Short throw to Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Tua. That is caught. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Rodgers going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Throwing is Rodgers. Being chased out left. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the 1st. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Metlife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll send Adams in motion left. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Rodgers now to throw. That one taken in by Corley. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw is Rodgers. And it's caught. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now it's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 3 yards out. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now Carlson for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Achane. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jamie and Sherwood.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Rodgers now on first down. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Back to throw. Rodgers throwing quickly to Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 21-0. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Dolphins on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give, running right, Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
3rd and 2. On play action, here's Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Tua to throw again. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Back to throw again. And now another one thrown incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Here now, 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw. Rodgers able to find the open man. That's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. Hall again. Oh, nice move. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Two minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this 1st half of action. On first down, Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Rodgers over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
If this is what it's been like all game long, guys running free in the middle of the field. This defense has just had no answer for this passing game. And that's another good hookup there.
Rodgers now on first down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second down and 8. Rodgers again now. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Looking to throw. Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This is Smith with a grab. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Looking to pass. Tua. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins. River Craycraft as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, did you say hyperbolic?
I did. Thank you. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make it 24-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. There's a fake on the Jets sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. On first down, right back to Hall. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now 2nd and 3. On play action, now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4. Here's Hall again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Rodgers. That one taken in by Adams. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shocked the D and ripped off a pretty big play.
The tackling in this game has not been good so far. We've seen our share of missed tackles. Case in point, that one right there. And that miss led to another big play. I don't know if it's effort. I don't know if it's technique. But they'll have to work on that in practice.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Javon Kinlaw, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Tua sets up to pass it. Short throw to Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. And they'll accept that penalty. The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room, maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed him.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Achane gets it from the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Tua. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
And he'll be out right at the 35. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go again with Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll give to Hall. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. And that flag accepted. Straight ahead is Hall. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need 12 here. It's third down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
And Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And down inside the 15 he goes. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Rodgers. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And they'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Will McDonald there on the tackle.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. They complete it to Hill. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders-Patriots to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tucker Roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at Metlife Stadium. as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Adams the man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down, looks like right at the 40. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Give to Hall running right. He'll get this down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. They want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On the jet sweep, this is Corley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Second down and 6 now. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a give to Hall. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
They'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal. This from 32 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Complete. Smith has it. That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be second down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
52 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Tua. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Second down and a yard. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Tua now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. On target over the middle to Hill. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 119 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A handoff for Hall. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been to bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. In motion right goes Adams. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more on that one and another first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Carlson on for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So this drive spans 7 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Quentin Williams, his 2nd sack of the night.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Tua. Wide open receiver complete. He's to the 15, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD, and well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A give running right is Hall. Shreds the tackle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run here with Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage,
They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hall again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
In prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from Metlife Stadium.